Welcome everybody to Navigate CX with Altudo. I am Matthew McQueeny. One of the great things of working at Altudo now for a handful of weeks is getting to work with legendary figures like the one here, Andy Cohen, not to be confused with Andy Cohen of of television fame, but your own fame. Andy, they say you are the architect of XM Cloud, and I saw a presentation where you said, "No, I'm not." Welcome. Could you talk a little bit about your background?
My background, the short version, I started programming when I was like 8 years old. Fast forward about 30, 40 years or so, 30 years, got into software development, moved into Sitecore development, worked at a few implementation partners, and then moved over to Sitecore. Started out on the sales side of things, the solution engineering, sales engineering with Patrick Wallace. And then I moved over into working with product and engineering. And I was very, very fortunate in my career at Sitecore where I got to work on all the greenfield development, starting with Experience Edge and then working on things like deploy. And I think it was just mainly because I was the loudest person that people started calling me on meetings, the XM Cloud architect. And then I was like, fine, if you're going to call me the XM Cloud architect, I'll be the architect. But that's really not true. Lots of architects at Sitecore, lots of heroes and people that I looked up to at Sitecore. So I think the title XM Cloud architect is more of a marketing thing more than anything. So,
Well, that's the beauty of marketing, though. I mean,
yeah.
you still were an important part of it. What was it like? Was it a pinch me moment? Like, what was it like to find yourself among that group?
You know, it didn't get real until we presented Deploy at SUGCON EU in Budapest, where all of my friends were out in the audience and was showing off Deploy in XM Cloud for the first time. That's when it got really real. What was it like? It was exciting, you know, being on the part of the ground floor of something like that, and to see to see where it is today is absolutely amazing. If you think about the impact we have, there's so many huge corporations using XM Cloud these days. And then if you think about all of the people that are using those websites, there's millions of people that are touching the product that I helped build. You just think about the impact that you actually make on something. So it's exciting. I love the fact that I got to be a part of that.
And so we are now coworkers at Altudo. You've been here probably 3/4 of a year longer than I have, but what led you to see a real exciting landing spot here at Altudo?
What led me to land at Altudo, or
Yeah, what was behind you coming here? I mean, what were some of the exciting things you saw happening here or that you saw you could bring to the team?
Well, the obvious thing was help build XM Cloud, and now I got to use XM Cloud. And developers actually really interact with it. That was quite enlightening, and it just gives me it gave me a whole different perspective of things. You know, I tried as hard as I could. I was very vocal at Sitecore, trying to talk about things from the marketer and the implementer and the developer side of things, just trying to bring that voice into it, but to really live that, and it is a whole different experience. And so I think I bring a unique perspective to us, but whenever I get to go back to Sitecore and talk to the Sitecore people, I have a different way of presenting things, I think, now. So yeah, it's fascinating being on both sides.
Last question in our quick hitter here, although we'll talk more. One of the innovations accelerators that you're really working on is something we call FastLane, and is that kind of building on top of what you helped build on XM Cloud?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a new concept, but the whole accelerator concept has been around a while. But using AI and using a design system, a design library, a CSS framework, using all these things together and just creating a repeatable process to really jumpstart and literally be a fast lane for our developers and our customers is huge. The web has been around for 25 years, right? I'm just thinking back to 2000. It's been around a while. It's been around before that, but we've been building websites forever. It shouldn't be that hard. And so we're trying to make that process easier for our customers and for our developers. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, Andy, thank you for this. And I know I look forward to doing many more with you.
Absolutely. Thank you.